Chuck Karstensen, another Course in Miracles video number 40. Started this back in, late July, maybe first day of August. And now we are in video number 40. So second time this week I've been on, sort of on the same theme of the last few videos. Again, the podcast is on my YouTube page, Facebook page, Real Life Impact podcast that we do some of our real estate podcasts on. But I've been sharing these videos because I'm studying the Course in Miracles. And when you are a studier of the Course in Miracles, a student, and I mentioned this in a way earlier video, you also learn by teaching. The teacher gets the learning. And that's kind of how life goes anyway. You're always teaching somebody something with how you respond, react, do things, don't do things. You're teaching. You're showing somebody how to be. And sometimes people show people how to be not the way you probably want to show people how to be. I think some people get what I'm saying, but I know sometimes when I speak, it can be a little bit confusing because like, what do you mean by that? Yes. So if I was somebody who was, let's say I'm an alcoholic, and that's what people see me as. I'm not an alcoholic. I haven't had a sip of alcohol for a while here. But if I was, I'm teaching somebody how to be an alcoholic, potentially like, hey, he drinks and look at that. Or I could be teaching, if I was like an alcoholic and causing problems, I could be teaching somebody, well, I don't want to be like that. So you're always teaching. That's the example there. Anyway, so in this lesson, I'm talking about the attack and what is your role in the atonement of the attack, which may be like, what kind of language is this if you're watching or listening to this? First of all, people go around attacking people. If you're on like Twitter or even Facebook, somebody, who is a Republican will attack the Democrats. The Democrats will attack the Republicans. You see that. Sometimes one religion will be like, our religion's better and yours is terrible or whatever, and they'll attack that person. Then there's people in everyday lives, like somebody has a problem and they share their problem and somebody feels attacked. Somebody maybe felt some wrong was done to them, so they attack back. So the general idea is an attack is when you're doing something really, when it comes to spiritual level, outside of what the guidance of God would be, outside of the Holy Spirit, what that would be. And that is an attack. And people do that very often. Obviously, I'm capable of it. Obviously, probably since I've done the Course in Miracles, it's not like I've never attacked somebody that way outside of what God would want me. And then you work on the correction, the atonement, which is receiving the knowledge, receiving that, hey, I have a misperception of how I'm handling this, try to get in right perception, and then try to learn what you meant to learn and teach others and give them light. So your role in the atonement would be somebody who would bring somebody light, learning, guiltlessness, we talked about a few times ago, forgiveness and sinlessness, and not seeing them in their attack, in their struggles. Because typically somebody attacking, they have things that are unresolved. And like we talked about last time, the ego wants your death, and the ego is the enemy of peace. And attacks do not bring peace to anybody. So ultimately, your is attacking atone. But many times, and I've known this, like if I've been attacked 1 billion times, which probably seems like I have been in my life, probably 99.9% of the time, you're not giving them atonement until I've studied the Course in Miracles. And now maybe I'm 25% of the time I offer atonement. 75% of the time I probably still fail. So I'm no expert on this, but learning and growing. And the reason I'm sharing is because my whole section I've been reading lately is really on this issue of guiltlessness, sinlessness, atonement, being the light for the brother. Like even that person is so kind of has a fear of God, so far from God that they're in the attack, like you could still help them kind of get all the dust, all the dirt, all the separation out. And how you do that is giving them light. And giving a light could be situation to situation, but in general is be guided by the Holy Spirit, which we've talked about a lot. Instead of attacking back, offer peace, see him as sinless, see him as guiltless, and and offering something different than they're offering and probably would keep offering if you wouldn't come up with something different. So, and even lately, those last few days, I've had stuff going on that it's like, wow, these people are on the attack and they're not even necessarily attacking me, but they're attacking other people. And I care for all people. So it's like, how can I help these people not be attacked? And how can I help the attacker receive the good news, the atonement, the release from what they think they have to have a problem. And when you have to have a problem, you give the problem to other people, and there's solutions and there's answers. So the answer is bringing light and atonement. However, when somebody is on the attack, if you only give them a solution, it's not going to correct them, because that's not the answer. And this video is already almost 6 minutes long, so I haven't given you an answer. Well, I have given you an answer. If I don't repeat it, though, you might not get the answer. The answer is, even if you're attacked, if you see somebody attacked, you got to find a way to bring that person into the light, get the guidance from the Holy Spirit, allow them to see the correction for how you handle that. A way it was explained in the Course in Miracles and what I read today is, like, when Jesus was going to go to be hung on the cross, he had a crown of thorns. If you give the attacker an attack, you're giving them crowns of thorns. But when Jesus was resurrected, and Easter, there's lilies, and lilies are like new growth and new life. Instead of the crown of thorns, you give them the lily, the new life, the new way of viewing things. So that's where you help them. Hope this helps. And also, I don't always remind people. Every once in a while, I remind people, you can reach out if you need some help. As somebody who is a student trying to be a teacher and trying to learn this and help other people and bring light to them, I'm happy to try to help you through any situation if you reach out to me, and I'll do my best. Have a blessed